If you ever need help and you see this symbol, they will help you. Hello and welcome to the Scottish Rite Journal podcast, an audio presentation of the Scottish Rite Journal, brought to you and published by the Supreme Council of the Scottish Rite, Southern Jurisdiction, Mother Supreme Council of the World. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment on this article, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell. This week's article is My Journey to the Scottish Rite by Brother Matthew J. Leota, 32nd degree, read by Brother Matt Bowers, 32nd degree, and comes from the September-October 2015 issue of the Scottish Rite Journal. I joined Freemasonry rather late in life, at age 48 when I was raised in 2008. When I made the decision to join, I mentioned it to my mother. She told me that my grandfather had been a Freemason and was raised sometime in the early 1930s in Brooklyn, New York. My grandfather died suddenly in 1938 at age 32. My grandmother was then a single mother with 2 young children. My mother told me that the men and wives of Grandfather's Lodge were always there to lend a hand and help my family in any way they could. My grandmother was eternally grateful. When I was a child, Mother and I would walk past Suffolk Lodge number 60 in Port Jefferson, New York. Mom would point to the square and compasses and say, "If you ever need help and you see this symbol, they will help you." I didn't subdue my passions until I was 48 and married with 2 wonderful children. We had recently moved from the West Coast to beautiful Paris, Tennessee. One day I was talking to a landscaper across the street and noticed his Masonic ring. I told him I was interested in the fraternity. He put me in touch with a neighbor, Brother Eddie Moody, who within 15 minutes dropped off a petition at my home. Brother Eddie also explained there were 4 other Masons on my street that would be happy to sign for me. 7 years later, I was past master of Paris Lodge number 108, past high priest of the chapter, illustrious master of the council, and warder in the commandery. I just completely connected with the Masonic experience. My plate was full, but I continued to look for more ways to expand my Masonic experience. My good friend and brother William Umstead, past master of Springfield Lodge number 130, and I were attending the 2015 Tennessee Grand York Rite session when we decided to petition the Nashville Valley of the Scottish Rite. This was yet another step to take in our search for light. Thanks to Brother Robert Waldron, we had the required signatures in minutes. That's just the way that Masonry works. On the morning of the reunion, I picked up Brother Umstead at 4:15 a.m. for the 2-hour trip to Nashville. We didn't want to be late. We were excited and enjoying the drive when suddenly an hour into the trip, a deer jumped out of the tree line and hit my car. We surveyed the damage and decided it best to drive back toward Paris. We made it to Brother William's home and picked up his car, drove my car to a body shop and left a note on what happened and with contacts for my insurance company. It was 6 a.m. when we started back toward Nashville. I called the Scottish Rite office and thankfully, the Valley Secretary, illustrious Dan Jones, 33rd degree Grand Cross, answered the phone. I explained our situation. He took our names and said, "Come on." We arrived just past 8 a.m. and were met at the door of the Grand Lodge building, where the Scottish Rite meets. We were hurried into the Scottish Rite office, had our ring sizes taken, and were brought upstairs to the lodge room. They had delayed the reunion for us. Of course, there was the usual Masonic banner, "Hey, the deer killers are here," and "Did you guys bring the sausage?" We put the reunion a little behind schedule and were grateful that they waited for us to arrive. But that's what brothers do for brothers in need. The reunion weekend was an amazing experience. The brotherhood, memory, floor work, and staging were incredible. William and I felt right at home. The reunion reignited my passion for Masonry. I have started on the Master Craftsman program and hope to become an active member of the Valley, if the wildlife cooperates with my future commutes. And I'm pleased to say, no other animals were harmed during the reunion weekend.